Hey everybody, welcome back to the Gramophone channel. Today I'm joined with a good friend of mine. This is John Bevier of the Sound Organization. And John here is our go-to guy for many of the popular brands that we carry, one of which is Rega Turntables. John, can you tell me all about the Rega Planar 6 that we have here, and what makes this table special? Why should I get excited about it? Tell me what you know.
Excellent, very good, Luke, thank you. As Luke just mentioned, this is our Planar 6. Within the structured line of Rega's turntables, it sits just one model above halfway. So we have the mat here, which is made of wool. That's a particular material that's known for, within audio, of not conducting electricity and not conducting resonance or vibration. The platter, as I mentioned, is a 15 millimeter double float glass that is weighted on the outside perimeter for better speed consistency. That sits on top of a sub platter, and that is all machined from a single piece of aluminum. And you'll notice there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 very small tabs that the glass platter rests on for a particular reason, and that is to not transmit vibration that might be coming from this rack, this plinth, up into the motor, up into the sub-assembly, and then onto the record, which ultimately would affect the performance and the movement of the cartridge. So we want to minimize that. The plinth is the basic platform that the whole turntable rests on. Now the inside, and it doesn't look like much, and in fact, if you picked it up, it's very, very low mass. But if you look inside, it's a special material. It's called Tan Cast 8. It's an aerospace material, and then sandwiched with a polymer material on the outside. Rega spent 2 years learning how and investigating belts. Most belts get squeezed out and then cut, and then they take the ends and they bring them together while they're still hot, and that's what fuses it to hold it. This is not, because every single time you have any kind of a blemish, any kind of a non-perfect surface going around and around the pulley and the subplatter, you're going to generate vibration, and that's what we don't want. Now, we have 2 different belts that we make. This is called the reference EBLT, not BELT, but EBLT. That's Rega speak for a belt. This is found on the Model 6, the 8, and the 10s. The next area that we do, there is this IBEAM Construction idea, top and bottom, that links the main bearing well with the arm, again, so that we don't produce movement. So the next thing I'd like to bring your attention to is the arm tube itself. You'll notice, if you look closely, that all the way from where the counterweight goes in, where the bearings are housed, all the way down this tapered tube out to the head shell where the cartridge is mounted, is one solid piece. The next thing you'll notice, which is not standard in the industry, is there are 3 mounting holes that go to the cartridge. You just line them up, screw them down, and bang, you're perfect every single time. So setting up a Rega table is very, very simple. Anybody can do it. This cartridge is the Ania Pro. This is a moving coil cartridge. And if you buy the Planar 6 with the Ania Pro, that brings it up to about $37.95 MSRP, where if you buy this without a cartridge and use your own, it's, I believe it's $22.75.
So that's one heck of a cartridge, I take it then.
Oh, it's a very, very good cartridge, yeah, absolutely. The motor is a 24 asynchronous motor. So that is a piece of solid aluminum that has been spun and carved out to have the belt sit in. So that's important. So now I'd like to draw your attention to the Neo PSU. PSU is power supply unit. This is what regulates the motor speed as well as tunes the motor vibration lower than if you did not have this design. And this is serialized to this turntable in particular and hand adjusted in the UK to make sure that the rotation speed is just absolutely spot on, 33 1/3 or 45. Most of our tables, the Planar 3, the Planar 2, the 1 Plus, and the 1, if you want to go from 33 to 45, you have to take the platter off, take your hand, and go down to the larger or the smaller pulley size. It's a step saver. I have one of these on my Planar 6 at home, and now that I've gotten used to it, I enjoy the convenience of just being able to push for speed change. And in terms of value, I don't know of a turntable out there that offers this much sonic performance, durability for less money, period. I'd put it up against anybody's brand. And the guys at Gramophone are really good to helping coach you through what is a well put together, balanced system for your house to enjoy.
And on top of that knowledge, we pride ourselves in giving you options. What actually serves your needs and finding it. But speaking of options, we've got another turntable to talk about, and this one's pretty fun. We're going to check out the Planar 10 next.